Have you ever met someone who lost everything but still found a way to give love? This is the story of Clara Johnson, a woman the world ignored, yet whose courage changed everything. For years, Clara lived under an old bridge on the edge of the city. Her days were long and her nights were cold. She had one small suitcase, a worn-out blanket, and a photograph of a little boy smiling, her son Eli. Every morning she would sit by the sidewalk, holding a cardboard sign that read, "Trying to find my son. His name is Eli." Most people walked by without looking. Some dropped coins. Others whispered, "She's just another beggar." But Clara wasn't begging for money. She was begging for a miracle. 15 years earlier, Clara was a young mother with big dreams. She worked 2 jobs, cleaning offices by day and washing dishes by night, just to take care of Eli. He was her joy, her reason to wake up each day. But when her company closed and rent went up, she lost her apartment. She and Eli moved from friend to friend, sleeping on couches until there were no more. One rainy night, when Eli was only 6, social workers came and took him away. They said she wasn't fit to care for him anymore. That night, Clara made a promise to herself, "No matter what happens, I'll find you again, my son." Years passed. Eli was adopted by another family and moved to another city. Clara tried to find him, but without money or a phone, it was impossible. She slept in shelters, sometimes in parks, and sometimes under bridges. Still, she carried that one photo everywhere she went. She never gave up. One winter, she met an older man named Mr. Harris, who ran a small soup kitchen downtown. He noticed her always sitting outside with the same sign and the same photograph. One day, he invited her in. "Ma'am," he said gently, "you don't have to eat out there. Come inside, we have warm soup." At first, Clara refused. She felt ashamed. But Mr. Harris didn't give up either. Slowly, she began to help around the soup kitchen, washing dishes, sweeping floors, and serving food to others. The volunteers grew to love her. She was quiet but kind, always smiling, always asking how others were doing. When people were down, she would say, "Don't stop believing. Miracles still happen." And she meant it. One afternoon, while serving food at the kitchen, a young man came in. He looked about 21, tall, with gentle brown eyes. Clara smiled at him as she always did and handed him a bowl of soup. Their eyes met for just a moment, and something in her heart skipped. The young man looked at her too and frowned slightly. "Ma'am, do I know you?" Clara froze. I don't think so," she said softly. But her hands trembled as she set the bowl down. He looked again, eyes narrowing. "Wait." He pointed to the small photograph that hung from her necklace, the one she always wore close to her chest. "That picture, where did you get it?" Clara's heart started pounding. She could barely speak. "It's my son," she whispered. "His name is Eli." The young man's eyes widened. Tears filled them instantly. "My name is Eli." The room went silent. For a long second, neither of them moved. Then, trembling, he reached into his jacket and pulled out an old crumpled photo, the same photo, half torn at the edge. "Mom," he said, his voice breaking. Clara's knees gave out. She covered her mouth as tears streamed down her face. "Eli, my boy." They ran into each other's arms, holding on tightly as everyone in the soup kitchen watched with tears in their eyes. Years of pain melted away in a single moment. Eli explained that his adoptive parents had told him about his birth mother, but he never knew where to start looking. When he moved to the city for college, he began volunteering at soup kitchens, hoping one day he might find her. And he did. From that day, their lives changed forever. Eli helped Clara get her life back. He found her a small apartment and helped her receive medical care and counseling. She started working full-time at the same soup kitchen where they reunited. Clara became known in the community as the woman who never gave up. Her story spread across the local news, inspiring others to search for their lost loved ones. A year later, the city named the renovated soup kitchen Clara's Hope Center, in honor of her strength and love. When the mayor asked her to speak at the opening, Clara stood at the podium, her son by her side, and said, "I once thought I had nothing, but love gave me everything. I learned that hope isn't about where you sleep, it's about what you believe in your heart." The crowd clapped, some crying openly. After the ceremony, Eli hugged her tightly and whispered, "You're my hero, Mom." Clara smiled through her tears. "No, son, we're each other's miracle." This story was brought to you by Hopewell Stories, where real lives inspire real hope.